The life of Rosa Parks. This apparently is too woke by the Republican Party. Song of Solomon is unacceptable to Republican politics. Frankly, men who treat women like that in public, I fear how they treat them in private. Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks when you have a member of the Republican caucus who has talked about Jewish space lasers and an entire amount of tropes, and also elevated her to some of the highest committee assignments in this body. This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. The sinister fact of this legislative text, if you notice in these arguments, they are not really discussing what is actually in this legislation. It includes two provisions that require schools to out trans, non-binary, and LGBT youth, even if it would put said youth in harm's way.
We need that. We need what AOC had to say. We need that every day. We need that at the state level. We need that all over. People making clear what's actually happening now. Can you imagine if the Republicans' plan was, we're just gonna put forward, we're gonna start banning books that were written by Black authors, by gay authors, by trans authors. We're just gonna do that because we don't like those. I hope that would be unacceptable. And so they found a way to cloak it to accomplish the same goal.
The right wing just wants to silence them, which is hilariously ironic because they champion themselves as the proponents of free speech when all they want to do is censor everything that challenges their ideas.
In the 4 years that I've sat on this committee, I have never seen members of Congress, Republican or Democrat, disrespect a witness in the way that I have seen them disrespect you today. I do not care what party they are in. I've never seen anything like that.
The EPA knows that toxic petrochemical facilities are some of the most toxic, polluting facilities in the world and are killing Black people throughout Louisiana.
Okay,
so my first thing would to be you to search your heart and ask your God.
For the gentleman of Louisiana and the comfort that he felt in yelling at you like that, there's more than one way to get a point across.
He could have done it in a more sort of an intellectual and perhaps more sort of engaging style, but to be so sort of mean and to sort of talk down to somebody and to sort of use, phrases to dismiss them, that's where I think there's a meanness that gets through Congress now that I don't think existed 20 or 30 years ago. And once upon a time, people would say, okay, I don't care about this hearing, I'm just not going to show up. Now it's as if people not only show up and try to fight with the witnesses, but try to score points and say stuff that is so outrageous and so harsh so they can get the clips then played on Fox News so it can help them with their fundraising so that people on the right can say, aha, he's owning the liberals or whatever it is. And that's a horrible incentive.
100%.
As a fellow New Yorker, I think one of the things that we should talk about here is also one of the disgusting legacies after 9/11 has been the targeting and racism against Muslim Americans throughout the United States of America. And this is an extension of that legacy. Consistency, there is nothing consistent with the Republican Party's continued attack except for the racism and incitement of violence against women of color in this body. I had a member of the Republican caucus threaten my life, and you all and the Republican caucus rewarded him with one of the most prestigious committee assignments in this Congress. Don't tell me this is about consistency. Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks.
I love that she pointed out it has been, decades now, a couple solid decades of Islamophobia. It is 100% normalized. Hosts on Fox News can say absolutely horrendous things, and we'll get to some of them, and there's no expectation, there's no even hope of any sort of consequences. It's like 100% allowed. And I just hate it. I love to see a strong defense of it.
Like, you should be outraged that Ilhan Omar got taken off the committees. Why? Because it is absolutely because she's a Muslim woman, and they know it. You see it in their eyes. The fact that she wears a covering over her head makes them absolutely furious, and worse, They know it's easy because they're children on a play yard. They're looking for things that are different and being mean about them, hoping that the people around them will cheer and clap and give them clout and like a seat at the cool kids table.